So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
What's going on, everybody? I really don't have a freestyle in me, but I'm going to dedicate this night to Jay Briscoe. You know who he is, one of the best tag team wrestlers in the biz. R.I.P. Rest in peace. It's show night. J to the B's. Briscoe, Cisco, like disco, you the man. Prayers to you and the fam. Mark, that's who I'm talking about. Dirty South, Delaware, Sandy Fork. Stick a fork in the tag teams against you. It is done. Because y'all are number one. The Ring of Honor, the best. 20 years. Nothing less. Y'all the best. Settle for less. No, no, no. Not in your vocabulary. Jay in the marquee. To the Briscoes. Sandy Forks on Delaware. We love y'all. Yo. This one goes out to the Briscoes. Goes out to the Briscoes. Mark and Jay. R.I.P. for Jay. Thank you for your time in the business over the past 20 years. It is missed already. What a tragic night tonight. 2D. You were just hanging out with your daughter. Choreography. It's sad to see. Life is but a vapor. Psalm James 4:14. Somber night. Gotta keep it tight. Gotta keep it right. Gotta try to make it bright. On P&P 564. Goes to the Briscoes. You will forevermore be in our hearts. You've left a legacy. Let's talk about it on P&P. Yo. There's your freestyle for Jay Briscoe, ladies and gentlemen. There's the freestyle for Jay Briscoe. That was a big shout out to him, tribute to him. So, somber moment for the world of professional wrestling tonight with Jay Briscoe passing away in a car accident, man. Life is but a vapor, y'all. Life is but a vapor. James chapter 4. And it's true. 38 years old. Was doing choreography with his daughter. Just posted a post. I think it was IG or social media. One of the social media outlets that him showing his hat with the 13X on there, 13-time Ring of Honor champions. They just won the titles just a few weeks back, again, from FTR. And so, man, I mean, just about 12 hours ago, posting something on social media wearing a hat like it's just another day. January the 17th of 2003, 38 years old, is just another day. And then get in your car, and that's the last time you've lived. I mean, your last breath was today. Like, that is just bizarre. It's just shocking. I mean, everybody goes. Every single person listening to this, including myself, will not be here. And one day, we none of us will be here. But man, a lot of people are like, man, we don't expect to be here forever, but at least more than 38 years, that's for sure. But hey, we can't. We don't have the power and the authority to make that decision when the Lord wants us to take our last breath. And I'll never understand the reason why people die so young, but then the God that I serve died at 33. So I mean, that's set the precedence of dying young. So yeah, I mean, hey, as a journalist, it's tough, it's somber. Our prayers goes out to Mark and the family, the Briscoe family, the Pugh family, and I was just talking to Bill after about it, and I mentioned how it's going to be a pretty difficult transition for Mark, his brother. I mean, his best friend, someone who's been a legit tag team partner for the better part of 20 years in his pro wrestling career, is no longer with him. He's going to wake up tomorrow and he's going to maybe even have that homeostasis, having that brain, that muscle memory of wanting to pick up the phone and call his brother, but he's not going to be there on the other side. So tough, super tough, super tough. I would definitely, if you're watching this, flood the comments after the show with showing your love for the Briscoes and memories that you had of Jay Briscoe and your favorite matches. If you're listening to this right now, I know a lot of people listen to PNP. If you're listening to this or looking at this right now, flood the comments. I really want to get these comments up, and I want to send this video over to the Briscoes. I want to send it to them in some capacity, that you have a support base of fans who are with you and in your corner, is going to console you through this really tough time. So definitely prayers goes out to the Briscoe family. I'm getting a message here. Let's see. Hold on. All right, let's get to these. That was a wrestling related message I received. Josh, what's up, man? Aaron in the building, what's up? Hashtag AxeDoc. Do you go by Marcia or Marsha? Are you new? We give new people on PNP some love. PNP, we're a family. Speaking of PNP family, I need my family to continue to spread the love of PNP. 564 episodes. Um, I've got a big old following in other places, but I really want to work on my YouTube following for 2023. I want to have a big YouTube following, and I really want to focus and and concentrate on YouTube. Um, so every single person who watches PNP, who has fun with me every single week, share the YouTube video across the globe. Like, just go to every wrestling site on Facebook, every wrestling site on IG, and place this link on there so people can be more exposed. I need I'm not a one-man band when it comes to promoting PNP and expanding the product. I need everybody who's on my corner every single week, especially the patrons, man. Thank y'all. Thank you, patrons. Because if it wasn't for y'all, PNP would have would be riding off in the sunset after 10 years because I just don't have the time to do it. The patrons gives me motivation to continue to do PNP because it's another good source of income. It's another source of income. So I can't knock y'all for loving the show so much that you're willing to put your dollars where your mouth is. So thank you so much. Patreon.com slash Pancakes and Powerslams. Thank you so much, patrons, for continuing to be the heartbeat of this show. And for those, for those who love PNP, hey, spread this. Again, find Google wrestling groups. Google, go to Facebook and search wrestling groups. Post a link. All right, everybody should do that. And if everybody does that, that probably means that about 5,000 people are going to know about PNP to at least click on the link and explore and want to be a part of the PNP fam as well, because we have so much fun every single week. Axe Doc is where it's at. Elvis is asking, what a wild football weekend. Well, he said, he's asking, what wild football weekend did you think the teams that won were going to win? I did. I didn't. There weren't any surprise upsets to me. Dallas won. Buffalo won by a hair. I did watch the Cincinnati game. That was fun to watch. I was expecting them to win, though. Tampa Bay got smashed despite Dallas missing 4 extra points. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty consistent for me. Jacksonville was down 4 touchdowns and came back in the fourth quarter. That was nuts. But I thought that they were going to win anyways. I saw a stat that the average age of all of the quarterbacks left in the playoffs is a little bit over 25. I mean, you want to talk about your next generation of NFL, and I like it, man. It's like NFL is, I like NFL, but I'm a Titans fan. I've been a Titans fan for 27 years now, just about. And in 27 years of being a Titans fan, we've only came close one time of winning the Super Bowl. And it's been tough. It's been tough. I'm going to say this because this is my show, and this is where I'm honest and open. I'm always honest, but this is where I'm open the most. And I was watching the Bengals game on that TV right there, actually in my studio, and I was like, man, Joe Burrow, former Buckeye, playing in Ohio again. Sam Hubbard is the one who returned the 98-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. Born in Cincinnati, Cincinnati's own, played for Ohio State. Eli Apple, cornerback, played for Ohio State. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, oh man, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. And so there's a part of me who there was a part of me who was like, do I become a Cincinnati Bengals fan? Do I become a Cincinnati Bengals fan? Oh man. And I was like, hey, look, Mike Vrabel is the Tennessee Titans coach, and he played for Ohio State. Okay. So, I'll give him that. But Cincinnati's got 3 key Ohio State players, man. That's make me want to like them. But I'm pulling for them for the Super Bowl because I'm an Ohioan. I'm a faithful Ohioan. So I'm pulling for the Bengals. But I'm gonna stay loyal to my Titans. But it's really easy to transition to be a Bengals fan nowadays, that's for sure. Josh, if you had to pick what WrestleMania, why? My favorite? Ask me that question again. Break that down for me, Josh. Are you asking for my favorite WrestleMania? What exactly are you asking there? Yes, absolutely. Like I said, say a prayer. Prayers goes out to Jay Briscoe's family, Mark, for sure. Absolutely. What's up, Ricky? Tonight's guest was supposed to be Gunner, supposed to be Chad Lale. I've spoken with Chad several times. And he was getting pretty excited to be on the show. He had to fall asleep because he hasn't been on here. I know he was asking for prayers earlier, though. I hope he's okay. I really do. But it looks like he deleted that. Looks like he deleted that post. He was asking for prayers. So I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. I hope things are okay. Last time he posted something was 8 hours ago. It was earlier today. Last time I chatted with him was at 4:39 p.m. was the last message he gave me. And yeah, so I called him, I texted him, went to voicemail. So my hope is that he fell asleep and he's okay. I imagine just like everybody else who fall asleep on me and wakes back up like, oh my goodness, they send me messages. So I imagine he's doing that. I've got to get pretty cool with Chad. Nice guy. He actually posted and he tagged me on social, and he has a couple of my my hoodies from my clothing line, and he tagged me and gave me some pub there, and so I was pretty thankful for that. So we'll see what if he comes back, if he's comes back on the show. Thoughts on the build up. I've interviewed him before anyways, though, here on PMP actually. So that was years ago though. Thoughts on the build up to Raw 30? Lackluster, incredibly lackluster. It doesn't feel like a pay-per-view. You know how they have the Saturday Night's main events like in the Clash of the Champions back in the day. Like it was a weekly show. Well, it was like the Saturday Night's main event and the Clash of the Champions was like every like 2 to 3 months. It was like a super show type of feel. I would imagine the 30th Raw would feel bigger than it any other week. It really doesn't. It really doesn't feel bigger. They gave us a list. They gave us a list of legends, and the legends are the same legends that we see every other show. I mean, like, it's just. Speaking of legends, the Undertaker. You're going to hear this on PNP. We're going to be announcing this here in a moment. So I was able to dig up Damian Demento, and I will be interviewing Damian Demento here in a few weeks. So Damian Demento was in the first main event he was in the main event of the very first Raw against The Undertaker. So I'm looking forward to hearing him, actually, to hearing his thoughts. Yes, Cody should win. It's time for fresh start. Were they going to have the next Uncle Howie win the belt? They probably would. Should, oh man, you know. Should Cody win the Royal Rumble? No, he should not win the Royal Rumble. I do not feel that Cody. They shouldn't hotshot him, man. I mean, he was only there for a cup of coffee, and then he got injured. And before then, he was Stardust. So you have to be really timely when it comes to Cody Rhodes. You don't want to hotshot him because anytime they try to hotshot a babyface like that doesn't have like an it factor as far as being like a machine or just running through people, the fans turn on him. So you don't want that with Cody. And so if you're trying to make him one of the top baby faces and he starts to get booed because he's getting hot shot, not gonna work. Not gonna do it. I don't think you should have Cody win. Now, Cody winning the title at SummerSlam, I wouldn't be opposed to. That's four more months to build this thing. So I wouldn't be opposed to SummerSlam. Mania, too soon. Too soon for Mania. See, that's the thing, man. I think Reigns should go against should compete both nights. And I think that Reigns should go against Rock night one, beat Rock night one. And then, who do you have after that? There's not really anyone that feels bigger than the business that's a babyface right now. And it's sad. I mean, do you do Seth Rollins again, against Roman Reigns and have them go against each other for the 18th time? And do we want to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania when we see him, several other times? I'm not interested. I'm definitely not interested in Seth Rollins winning and beating Roman Reigns and being the one who dethrones Reigns after 2.5 years as champ. Rollins, the one who's been champ multiple times. No, you need to build someone up with this win. Whoever gets the rub of beating Roman Reigns, like, he needs to be the baby face of the future. He should not be 50-50 stuff. He should be like Hogan-esque. Whoever beats Roman Reigns needs to be the baby face of the future. I mean, like, I don't see any other way around it. But there's not really anybody who fits that mold or fits that slot right now. Ricky has named his trivia quiz the It Doesn't Matter What We Call This Quiz the Quiz. That's not for jabronis. That's a long name. But if it works, it works. Royal Rumble predictions. Ask me that next week. The go home show for PNP before the Rumble. So we'll talk predictions. Yes, I might have. I might bring trivia back. Not necessarily trivia for Royal Rumble with people on the screen, but I might bring back my list of trivia questions for y'all. And maybe y'all can keep score of each other on the chat. How about that? We'll do that. I got a feeling that might be the case. Certain someone's turning up for the Reigns acknowledgement ceremony. The Rock. I can see that, actually. I sure can. Yeah, very, very sad. Very sad. If the bill was better, maybe WWE is just basically telling us he's coming back and going to win. You know, that would be predictable, and predictable is not always a bad thing. Predictability is not always a bad thing. However, predictability of something that you don't want for that conclusion to be the conclusion, it's a bad thing. And there's a lot of people who don't want Cody Rhodes to win the Royal Rumble. And if you predict him that I'm gonna have all these packages, and then I'm gonna be in the Royal Rumble, and then I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, it starts to get kind of forced, and fans don't react well to people forcing them, to WWE forcing them to like certain people. That's what happened to Roman Reigns. Elvis, who should Teddy Long put in a? That's what happened to Cody Rhodes too in AEW. Who should Teddy Long put in a match one-on-one with the Undertaker? On Raw, one-on-one with the Undertaker. Damian Demento. Yep, Damian Demento versus the Undertaker. Just go back 30 years ago. Undertaker versus Damian Demento, part 2. Pray for who? She is fighting to survive. Who are you talking about there? Yes, indeed. Cousin's 39th birthday. She passed away, expected back in September. She lived her entire health issues, having a kidney transplant. Her entire life, I think you meant to say. Sad. Sorry to hear that. Very, very sorry to hear that, Elvis. How's your mom, by the way? How's she doing? Maybe they could have built it up like in the past, where Triple H comes back from his injury. They could have done that, but Triple H was a heel, though. And so people were surprised that he was coming back as a babyface. And so they're like, we're kind of, we could buy into this. Because he was such a menacing heel. And a lot of times the best baby faces just came from a maniacal, menacing heel turn. If it's just a baby face that people like, and the return pops always work when it's a more of a surprise, but it's not a surprise. If Cody, and here's the thing. If Cody would have came back at the Royal Rumble, I think it would have got a much bigger surprise and a positive response than showing packages. I understand why they're doing it from a promotion standpoint. I've done promotions for 19 years. My first event was in 2005, but I was promoting. I started promoting the year before that, going to different shows and getting some people. We're starting to recruit, and so yeah, like I get it that you want a headliner to draw fans' attention. Yeah, sure, I understand that. That's not. I'm not opposed to that idea. However, though, the intrigue and the money and the ticket is the surprise factor of the Royal Rumble. Like, that there's 30 men in the Royal Rumble, probably 3 or 4 of them have a really solid chance of winning the Royal Rumble at any given year, maybe 5, but typically like 3 or 4, as far as like the trajectory of their momentum at the time. So yeah, I don't think so. Like, I don't think pushing Cody is really going to say, you know what? I was thinking about not getting the Royal Rumble. I was thinking about not subscribing to Peacock, but because I found out that Cody Rhodes is going to be a part of it, I'm sold. Cody, I'm going to get Peacock. No, that's not. No, that's not going to turn the corner. That's not going to turn the page on someone who was contemplating. That's the reason why they used to do go home shows back in the Attitude Era. That was to convince people to buy the pay-per-view. They would have and I will admit that I got bit by the bug at times, of selling me to buy. I always want to buy pay-per-views, but it was a matter of like, how much do I plead to my parents? And eventually, when I started working in high school, early high school, actually I started working before high school, but when I started to have money in my pocket, I would give my parents money, to get the pay-per-view. But I didn't have, I wasn't flowing in money, so like, this is all I had for a while, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend this $29.99 on the pay-per-view now and risk, getting some food, some Wendy's, getting me a Big Mac meal or something like that for the month, but a few times. But I mean, it was worth it. I mean, that go home feel convinced me to get the show, and that was that's what you're supposed to do. Now, go home shows feel like all the other ones. There's nothing about go home shows that intriguing. And Cody Rhodes, like, you think people are going to be like, yeah, I'm sold. Yeah, I don't think so. It would have been much better if he had a surprise. He was one of the surprise entrants. Yes, indeed. Do that, do that, do that. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Yes, I imagine. Lost your mom this summer, so bad every day. Yeah, yeah. Yes, indeed, Aaron. Yes, indeed. Very tough. Darren Bruno's in the house. What's up, everybody? Update on mom. They put on her on speaking valve now during the day. She was happy to have her voice back after so long. That's awesome. Today she had a rough day. She had one of her non apicalto seizure. I know epileptic, but apicalto seizures, and it tired her out. The nurse gave her meds to relax her immediately as soon as she could. She didn't get any sleep last night. Sad. Yeah, keep prayers, continued prayers for your mom. Thank you for that update. Any team except the Cowboys or KC, I don't like those teams. The other fans are the worst. KC's doing their thing though, man. Pat Mahomes, I mean, hey, 4 straight appearances as far as just making noise in the AFC. I mean, Pat Mahomes is he is a playbook of his own. He really is. Like, he's one of those people that you would never like have a quarterback watch tape of Pat Mahomes and say, do that. It would be watch tape of Pat Mahomes and say, okay, this is how you're resilient and you make something out of nothing. But as far as like strategies to follow with like specific plays, no, don't do that. Like he'll literally just have the ball just running around, and all of a sudden he'll find someone in the corner, in the end zone, and he'll just toss it over to him. Like he's just the guy's a monster, man. Monster. He didn't, he last time I talked to Evan was a couple days ago. He's been really quiet about the loss. Really quiet. I talked to him Sunday. Yeah, and yeah, he's been quiet about it. Kevin Dyson, yeah, gosh. Yeah. Actually, that would have tied. That wouldn't have gotten us the win. That would have tied. I believe it was, I think we were down 7, if I'm not mistaken. And we ended up losing by 7. That was 99, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. 1999. I was like, you know what? I've been a Titans fan for 3 years. And I think that I made a good decision. And then yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, I think they lost by 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 23-16. We were 13-3 that year, man. Goodness. Solid team. Yeah. I remember we were down 7. Stretched his arm out. Didn't make it. Goodness. But you were right, though, as far as Kevin Dyson. Stephanie resigned because of surgery or because the rumored sale to Saudi Arabia. Also, do you think the women's division will be gone, if so, to Saudi Arabia? I talked about these factors on Sportskeeda in the video or show there as far as the women's division. I talked to Bill after about it last week too on Unscripted. So go check that out for details, for extensive details. Short answer is if Saudi purchases the WWE, and well, they won't. I don't see that happening at all. But say if they were, for the sake of your question, if they were to purchase from the WWE, I definitely can see the women's division still being intact, but they're having to be different adjustments when it comes to wardrobe. If it's going to be ran by the Saudis as opposed to them just buying it and then allowing everybody to stay as is, and just having that American, just keep it in America, just still having American influence, but it's owned by them, so of course they get the big paydays and things like that. But if it's a Saudi ran business, I can see a difference there. Otherwise, I can see, business as usual. But I do think that they would be more intentional about looking at numbers business-wise. And if they're not doing really good business-wise when it comes to numbers, I don't care if your name is Paul Levesque or Stephanie McMahon, you're fired. This year's Mania's Gate, the biggest ever without one match, been announced, all thanks to a hint of The Rock being there. That's massive. I agree. Yeah, that is massive. Yes, indeed. It goes to show how many people still, have that type of notion, and there's hints of Austin being there too. So this could be a big one. This can definitely be a big one. I'm getting more messages. Okay. Got it. Let's see what else we got. Sports these days are so scripted. Charge to blow a lead like that. Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? What in the world? It's rigged. It's rigged. I'm not a conspiracy theorist like that. But if anything was rigged, that game was rigged. Tony Khan, Shad Khan paid the Chargers off to lose the game, to blow the game. They rigged it. It was rigged. Absolutely rigged. What's my favorite WrestleMania? Why? Let me see. Let me do this for Derek Carr go to Titans. What do you think about that? I've heard about that. And I'm like, man, no. Because no. I mean, like, he didn't do well in Houston. Why would he come to Tennessee? You know, I'm actually like not too I'm actually willing to put some time into Josh Dobbs. I mean, I think Josh Dobbs did a pretty decent job. I do. And then the Raiders and the Texans. Where did Derek Carr go that he was good? I mean, he's been there, what, 10 years or so? Yeah. Got drafted. Yeah, he was in Fresno State. Oh, he's been there with the Raiders. Oh, you know what? Yeah, he's been there with the Raiders. I was thinking of he was there with, yeah. See, look, 2016, he was the 12-3, 10-7 and 21. Only 2 seasons above 500 out of 9. Why would I want Derek Carr on my team? I do remember him playing for Fresno State. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of David Carr. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. David Carr. Yeah, I was what, 5 years? David Carr was. What is he doing nowadays? What's David Carr doing now? 43 years old. He also came out of Fresno State. Yep. Most times sacked in a single season. Oops. So what's the last time he played? 2012. Okay. And he started to become an OC. Yeah. David Carr was just not, he just wasn't good, man. He wasn't good. Derek's not doing very well either. No, thank you. Favorite WrestleMania? Why? WrestleMania 17, because just the hype, the main events, the theme song, I think My Way just fit perfectly for that angle. The promo package for 17 for Rock and Austin still is the best promo package I've ever seen leading to WrestleMania ever. I mean, it was fantastic. So now Vince has the ultimate power. He can make any decision without asking the shareholders. I have no problem with this. He's a genius and the greatest promoter ever. So I'm fine with it. When it comes to business, there's no one better than Vince. I think the WWE executives, and I think that the WWE talent has a huge problem with that. Vince McMahon, basically not having to go through any type of checks and balances. I mean, yeah, of course, there's SEC and there's checks and balances that way, but as far as his influence in the WWE, you give someone who deals with who shows signs of narcissism, that much power, ooh-wee. I do not. I would not want to be someone working for WWE right now. Have I interviewed Gunner before? Yes, I have. Brian just woke up himself. Glad you joined us. Having Undertaker Raw is huge. I can see Vince turning up on Raw and doing something with Austin. I don't see that. I definitely don't see that. I don't see Vince. No. Having Undertaker on Raw is huge. For what? I mean, he's going to be there and he's not going to be there the next week. I mean, make it mean something. Michael says, Damon Demento's a fellow Staten Islander. Good guy. Looking forward to your interview. Yeah, me too. I love interviewing people I've never interviewed before. I've never interviewed him before. Do I think they're going to lose against Judgment Day? Part of me want to say no. But it seems as if they are splitting the championships, though. So if Judgment Day does win, then who's going to go against them at WrestleMania? Who cares? Like, what team on Raw do people care about that has enough steam right now or will in the next 2.5 months to go against the Street Profits at not Street Profits, go against the Judgment Day? I was thinking Street Profits, but they're booked so 50-50, man. Yikes. Strip them of the title. Why would they do that? That wouldn't make sense. Goldberg winning the Royal Rumble. Can you see The Rock or Vince being in the Rumble? Austin is rumored to be in it too. I wouldn't want either one of them to be in it, man. Why in the world do they need to be in the Royal Rumble? That's stupid. Currently, nobody who has a strong enough body of work to make a victory over Rumble. I agree with that. I agree. Nobody. Not a single person, ladies and gentlemen. Not a single person that has a strong enough body of work to dethrone someone who's been champ for almost 2.5 years. Nah. Thank you, Josh. Since WrestleMania going Hollywood, what match would you like to see? Reigns versus Cena, Reigns versus Miz, Reigns versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yeah, there we go. Which one is this one? I don't think I'll be there we go. Yeah. None. None of them. None. Look like legit none. Reigns versus Miz. What? Reigns versus Hollywood Hogan? No way, man. None of those. I prefer WWE Network better because Peacock, WWE is just a section of Peacock, and Peacock's just flooded with other stuff. WWE Network was better for me. I think they should bring in Nia Jax, put it with Bloodline. Nope. It's Tamina in catering and have the Gower pink slip. She's in catering. Hogan or Shawn wins. Once again, Elvis. Got 2 of them tonight, man. Yikes. Have I gave it a thought about getting chickens due to the eggflation? Not a single iota ounce in my mind that I've thought about that. Prayers for Jay Briscoe's family. So sad, makes you aware of your own mortality. Very true. Kiss the spouse, hug the family, be thankful for Jesus and salvation. Amen to that. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Life is but a vapor. I shared that earlier. James 4, life is but a vapor. You just never know. I mean, he woke up this morning thinking that he just put on a 13-time hat, post it on IG, and go in his car and do whatever the heck he was planning on doing, and he's dead. So it's like, what? I mean, no one fathomed that. No one fathomed that. He died a champion. He died a current champion. Ronda Rousey, she seemed to quietly disappeared and also removed from Royal Rumble poster. Well, I know that she's been, Ronda Rousey's really a league of her own. She's she just does what she wants to do, and she comes back and then she gets burnt out, and then she leaves for a while, and then she comes back and she gets burnt out. Is she really fit for this business? I think that she should be in the tag team title hunt. That's what it seemed like she was doing. I've said that for months. I've said it on here for months. I think that Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler should be the tag team champions walking into WrestleMania. That would make the most sense. Now, who's the babyface team they go against? It would have made sense if it was Sasha and Naomi, but Sasha's or Mercedes is a non-factor in the WWE anymore. And then Naomi, I don't know what the heck is. I mean, your husband is cementing himself to be one of working on being a part of the greatest tag team in the history of WWE. The longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. Your husband's he's experiencing the best time ever in WWE. You got upset, you walked out. I don't mind. Listen, it's not. You stood up for yourself. I get it. You know what I mean? But man, like, you left with your homegirl, but your homegirl baller now. She's in movies. She's on Barmageddon. She's featured in things. She's in New Japan. Rumored that she's going to be in AEW. Where you at? Like, she bring you with her too? Like, you left with her, so it makes sense for her to, put a good word in for you. But don't see you. I actually think that Naomi should come back to WWE and win the Royal Rumble. I would be all for that, actually. I think that's what she should do. Just saying. Charlotte makes a heel turn. Naomi versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. Book it. All these rumors of who's buying WWE are hilarious. Tony Khan buying it would be the worst day ever. He would ruin it. He would get rid of the Saudi shows, which would be just insanity. Interesting take there. Fire their OC and then not the defensive or head coach. Wrong coach fired. Titans fired the OC as well. Yeah, I was watching at the gym. They were actually up a lot against Kansas. Kansas came back, but K-State was able to hold off. Yeah, I saw that. David Carr getting sued again by heard about that. Somebody gonna try to get some money out of him. Lawrence Taylor, I would definitely be interested in interviewing Lawrence Taylor. As far as William Perry, I would be interested in interviewing him too. That would be fun, especially during WrestleMania season. You think they should split up the Street Profits? Nope. do something different with the Montez, so charismatic, and for that talent to be used. I think they should just make them top babyface tag teams. I think they shouldn't just do this 50-50 crap. Both of them, especially Montez, super charismatic. Angelo, people be sleeping on Angelo, man. He's a solid dude. I don't know why they look, everybody's not built the same, and everybody doesn't, isn't meant to be chiseled out of stone. Angelo's, man, he's done a great job getting in shape. I don't know why they took the singlet off of him though. I think it gave them a different feel. I think they should put the singlet back on him, man. That doesn't make sense to me. You are welcome, Josh. After Bray Wyatt's promo at SmackDown referring to the leader of worlds, The Fiend, and Uncle Howdy. When we see all three personalities in a Rumble, that's my take. Oh, you'll go Faces of Foley's type of deal. No, I don't think we'll see that. I did that because of the promo. The promo, it just took the whole thing backwards to me. Like, Bray has evolved in many, incarnations, many iterations, and then he leaves. He comes back, has a chance to be a fresh start because, a number of his gimmicks started to fade out and start to get a bit stale. So you do this gimmick now with the Uncle Howdy, that start to stretch. And then you cut a promo basically reviving all the other gimmicks that got stale. That was a very disappointing promo. Do I think Demolition would have had a chance against the Usos? Absolutely. Here comes the axe. And here comes the smasher. The Demolition. I think it's Walking Disasters. I think it's Pain and Destruction is our middle name. Now I want to find out the Demolition theme song lyrics. Yes, indeed. I'm about to do it now. Here we go. Rick Derringer. Bum 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 bum. Yep, Walking Disaster. Yep. Pain and Destruction is our middle name. Very nice. Very nice. I got it right. Here comes the axe, and here comes the smasher, the Demolition, Walking Disaster, Pain and Destruction is our middle name. Pain, search and destroy you, run and we'll find you. There's no place to hide. The demos will get you. Pain and Destruction is our middle name. The Demolition. Better stay. You're at the contrition. Woo! Man, that is one of the greatest WWE theme songs ever. Aaron agrees that Naomi should be will be in the back Rumble. Yes, indeed. They have yet to really build the women's tag division with a consistent team stay together. Man, you are hitting it. You are hitting it, Brian. You get the air horns for the tonight. You've been hitting it, man. Thoughts on Lisa Marie Presley? Yeah, sad. Young, 54, right? Cardiac arrest. These young people just dying. Sheesh. I do think it's a mouthful, absolutely. Almost from the Royal Rumble? No, absolutely not. I hate it, but I think the new best too. But I might have one or both of the Street Profits. I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking about that yesterday. I think I was like, you know what? I think either Montez is going to make the turn and join the Street Profits against Suited Up, which I actually. Suited Up heel Montez is actually not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. I just don't want them to be split up because Angelo will definitely get what I call the Jannetty treatment. Just like they will just throw him out uh like yesterday's garbage. I mean, like I just don't see Angelo in a successful career without tag team. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But Montez suited up, I it has a good look to it though. I mean, like it just does. It does. Yeah, I'm not mad at that idea. I just yeah, comes out suited with MVP. Yeah, huh, has a good look to it. Has a good look to it. What will they do with it? Hopefully something. Hopefully he gets some steam and gets a mid card championship, and that leads to somehow the Hurt Business. Thinking he's bigger than the group, the faction that causes a babyface singles turn, which promotes him to world championship status. I think that Montez Ford has what it takes to be a babyface world champion. I do think it. Now, does he do a heel turn, suited up for the Hurt Business to propel him to eventually get that, that extra steam that he needs to get that babyface turn? Perhaps. Um, yeah, perhaps. Perhaps. One of his favorite songs is the Demolition song. They should put Demolition in WWE 2K3. Bray will come back and go after Reigns and Bray get his rematch. He did not get his rematch. I actually wouldn't mind Bray versus Cross at WrestleMania. Armand agrees. Hill Montez will be fire. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that idea. Again, the only reservation I have about it is that it would just leave Angelo out there like a sheep to the slaughter, man. I don't think he deserves that. I don't think Angelo Dawkins, for all that he's put. I mean, he was in NXT for a long time before they put him somewhere. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was teamed with Riddick Moss for a while. And they weren't even like, they were just like a thrown together tag team. Like, Angelo Dawkins was put in every single slot in NXT. Finally hits pay dirt teaming up with Montez Ford, lightning in a bottle, and they give him this 50-50 mess that they've been doing. Hill Street Profits, no, I wouldn't turn them both. Ugh, I don't know. What if they took Cedric away and replaced him with Apollo Crews? No, I wouldn't know. I mean, the Hurt Business 2.0 period. It's just a no for me, dog. Like I have zero interest in Hurt Business 2.0. Hurt Business 1.0 worked partially and then it didn't. Why would we get another iteration of Hurt Business? Like, no. Like, now MVP managing and like Montez, that idea seems interesting to me. MVP managing the Street Profits, no. But MVP managing Montez, I'm interested. That gives me intrigue. That gives me intrigue. A suited up, get rid of the solo cup, get rid of the music, come out as some like just some regal, better than you, nose, high up in high up in the sky, turning his nose. Just don't give me no just gangsta gimmick. Like, don't give me none of that mess. Don't give me that. Like, just give me somebody who is suited up and arrogant, like, and feels that he's better than you. I don't care who I needed to take to step on, whose toes I need to step on to get here. I don't know. I don't owe anybody nothing. I'm not going to bring anybody with me. I'm all about myself and I'm here to get me and mine. Eh, that would be a bit intriguing to me. Ricky, how's this mean Omos is going to be in her business? Does this mean it seems like it? It seems like it. I agree. Zero charisma. I agree. I don't know. I mean, like, they're just kind of throwing anything and seeing if it sticks at this point. Again, I have no interest in her business 2.0. Zero. Like, none. Like, what will they do that her business 1.0 didn't do? How will they be better than the first one? Sequels usually aren't better than the originals. And if you know that it is leaps and bounds not going to be better, I don't think you should do it. And this will be nowhere near. I don't see it, at least. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Brian, your thoughts on moving Solo to the mix of going after the US RC Championship? Would that be good or bad? I say no for now. I say just keep him as an enforcer. US champ is Theory. He's a heel. IC champ is Gunther. He's a heel. Neither of them need to lose right now. Neither of them can afford to lose right now. And Solo can't afford to lose right now. So I'd say no. He's just losing if they ruin him. Hey, look, OG Dominic is much better than, submissive, Dominic calling Rhea mommy all the time. Yeah. Back down to Rhea didn't have. I agree with that. That was a bad call. Bad call on that. All right, y'all. Good questions tonight. Really good stuff. Good job. Pancake Nation. Jim Johnson lined up for a future interview. No, but perhaps, though, if you're interested in me interviewing him again. Why does WWE always have the black female wrestler always act like girls from Jerry Springer? Well, from my experience, they've had the black female wrestler have some type of urban or gangster, or playing stupid, like, yeah. I mean, or some type of, knuckle dragon Neanderthal like they did with Mark Henry. Although it worked for a moment. The Hall of Pain was what, 09? That was really good for Henry, and then just up and down everything since then. And it was definitely up and down before then too. Like, except for the Mae Young thing, but the All-American stuff, not so much. Didn't work for him. But hey, in the Hall of Fame though. Would I want to interview Boogeyman? Yes, I would. Absolutely. Wouldn't mind at all. All right, y'all. We're about to go. We're about to be out. You know what time it is. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. We'll talk about that next week. It's time to go. I agree. It was. Bandwagon fan. Bandwagon fan. Thank you, PNP, for a great show as always. PNP, I'll see you